I recently began reading this book called The Artist Way, and it's been super helpful for me because I've been struggling with my creativity and allowing my creativity to kind of shine through. So I kind of just wanted to talk about it a little bit and just, have a little chit chat. Everybody always talks about The Artist Way, about how it's this like crazy magical book and how like they've had their life changed because of it. So I decided I wanted to give it a try. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been only 1 week and I have so many different thoughts and it's challenged so many of my different beliefs already. So as you guys know, I've been trying to do YouTube for a few years. Like I come on YouTube and then I leave, and then I come back on YouTube and then I leave. And I always teeter-totter on a thought because my idea of creativity and stability doesn't really align. I've been battling myself on my creativity and my stability. And I've been battling myself for a really long time, y'all. Like, I'm just like, okay, stability. I've chosen stability. I've been in a stable job that gives me what I want, in a sense of like, if I want to pay a new pair of shoes, I can buy a new pair of shoes. If I want to go shopping, I can go shopping. If I want to go on a vacation, I can go on a vacation. And I've been very blessed and very happy with going down a stability route. And I've done it since college. I've been in a stable job since then, and it's been cool, but I haven't necessarily been fulfilled. And I've been really experiencing my 9-to-5 burnout. And as y'all know, like, YouTube is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but I've been struggling with staying consistent with YouTube. And it's been hard for me to stay consistent and equate YouTube to stability. Even though I see other creators that have stability with YouTube, it's been hard for me in my brain, because in my mind, creativity and stability doesn't really coincide. So I've literally been battling myself for a really long time with this. I've been battling myself, and I recognize that even though I've chosen the stable route, I haven't necessarily been fulfilled, and I haven't been fulfilled in a really long time. On top of, I have 9-to-5 burnout. I do. I have burnout. I'm not happy. I'm depressed. And I want to know what a life of choosing joy and chasing joy looks like. What does it look like to go after some of my creative ventures and see where that takes me, and see if I can find joy in that. I want to know if like joy and creativity and stability can all coincide in my brain, because right now, y'all, it don't. So I started The Artist Way by Julia Cameron, and it's basically a 12-week program that helps you to unblock your creativity. So I was like, my creativity is blocked. Let's see what she got for me. Every day you're supposed to do your morning pages, which is this book that I have here. And I just title it MP. I title it MP, and I write in pink because it brings me joy and like kind of brings me back to like my childhood, which I don't mind going back to. And I need to heal that relationship with her too. So I'm like, okay, cool, 2 for 1. So every day you're supposed to do your morning pages. You're supposed to write for 3 pages. And just a stream of consciousness. So like whatever comes up for you, that's what you do. And I use this time to really help like re-regulate my nervous system around creativity. Because y'all, when I tell you I'm scared of creativity, I'm scared of it. When I tell you all the different things that come up with it, all my fear, all of that, I write all of that down. And then when I'm done with that, that helps to like quiet my brain and regulate my nervous system. Y'all, 10 out of 10. I'm not even mad at this. Like, this is cool. So it's just like 3 pages, stream of conscious, just whatever comes to your mind. Like, if you feel like I don't feel like writing and that's what you write, just keep saying I don't feel like writing, I don't feel like writing, I don't feel like writing, until like you feel like writing, and then it'll come out. I promise you it'll come out. So that's what you're supposed to do every day. And then also like there's like a list of questions that you're supposed to ask. Like for week 1, you're supposed to identify your 3 champions of like people that encourage your creativity. Identify your 3 monsters, or like people that didn't really, or kind of, I don't want to say like didn't really encourage you, but like kind of stifled it. And you know what I mean? We're just like, oh, well, that's not really realistic, or how are you gonna pay your bills, or people that kind of get in the way from you being able to like honor your creativity and choosing that. So that's what you're supposed to do this week. And you're also supposed to take yourself on an artist date, and that's where you go on a solo date and you do something by yourself and you have joy. So let's talk about my week 1. The main thing that I noticed about doing my morning pages is how much of my fear is around stability, and none of it is around creativity. So I don't have no fear about actually making creativity. I don't have no fear about writing, doing videos, none of those things. And like the only fear that I kind of do have around like videos is like, what if nobody ever cares? But it's like, somebody's gonna care eventually. I just have to find my audience. And to be fair, I haven't even given this like a long enough shot to be like, oh, nobody cares or nobody's watching. Like I haven't even tried consistently enough to even say that. So like that's like one itty bitty fear, but like not really. All of my fears kind of revolve around like stability stability and choosing myself. And I have not chosen myself, y'all. I'm 31. I'll be 32 in May. And I have yet to choose myself. And even the thought of choosing myself scares me. But then what scares me even more is if I live my life for other people, I'm going to not be happy. My sadness will turn into bitterness and resentment if I don't choose myself. So this is also about me choosing myself, and what does choosing myself mean? And y'all, let me tell you, I just been struggling. Another thing that's coming up for me is how if you work like a regular job, if you're a corporate girly, like it, depending on your job, which I feel like majority of people, like not the people that do like that have corporate jobs that are like surrounding creativity, I don't think that's majority of us. I think majority of us are over here where it's not centered around our creativity and it's not really encouraged either at work. And that's so interesting to me because I do feel like we're all creative beings and we all have different things that we can relate and share with the world, and that can bring us a little bit more joy, and we're not necessarily in jobs that nurture that. Like that's another thing that's coming up for me that I'm recognizing in this book, and I'm like, whoa, that's like crazy. I think a lot of us want creative lives, but we've been literally conditioned to prioritize stability over everything. And I do think that stability is important and we need it, but when do we have the stability and choose our creativity? Like, when does that happen? When do we allow the creativity back into our lives? And when do we actively seek out that creativity? Because my creativity is tied back to my joy. So like, how does that work out? And I don't feel like that's something that we're doing, or at least I've been conditioned to do, is to choose our creativity, and that our creativity can be stability. At least not for me. I don't know for other people, but for me, that's what I've noticed. So I really liked it though so far. I do feel like I've been eaten up by reading this book, and I want to read something that I read in the beginning that I felt like was really good, and I felt like it was like me to the money, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to share this. So let me flip through the book and find it, and then I'll share. Okay, so these are just a few of some of the things that I've read that I thought were like really good, and I was like, okay, let me share these with you guys. Sorry, look, it's just a little itchy on the tip when you got some makeup on. That's what I'm going through. But so on the first one, it's very often audacity, not talent, makes one person an artist and another a shadow artist. And I feel like that is so true. What sets you apart from the next person is just someone having more audacity than you. And so I'm trying to find my audacity in this season of my life. Like, what does it look like for me to be audacious? Y'all, I don't even know, but I'm trying to find it. So I want to have audacity with putting myself out there, trusting in my creativity, and seeing where it takes me. Like, I want to be a little audacious, y'all. I'm working on it, but that's literally what's separating me and the next person, is them just having audacity and me not having any. That was tea. Let me read you another one. The next one is progress, not perfection, is what we should be asking of ourselves. That is so true and so tea. I've been asking of myself perfection. I be thinking that my day 2 should be somebody else's year 20, and like I can't compare. Like I'm in that. I just need to focus on, am I getting it out? Am I consistent weekly? That's it. That's what I'm working on. What is my progress? My progress is what I should be working on, not perfection. I've been focusing on the wrong P word, y'all. Perfection, we don't need to worry about that. Right now, you just got to get it out there, make it good later. But for right now, just got to get it out there. I've been struggling with that. I know I can't be the only one, but I've been struggling. And this one absolutely ate me up. This one says, you're not too old. How old you'll be when it's done is the same age you'll be if you don't do it. Not you ate me up, right? Like, no. And that's something I've also get in my head too. Like, oh, it's too late. Oh, I'm too late. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, it's too many people. Oh. And it's like, actually, in all reality, you just gotta do it. And if you never do it, then what? And that's one of my fears too. My fears is like, if I never try, I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna be resentful. I don't want to be resentful. I don't want to regret it. So I'm like, I gotta put myself out there. I gotta try. I at least gotta try. I chose stability for 12 years, y'all. I've been in a stable job for the last 12 years. I think it's okay for me to choose myself and to go after something else. So that's what I picked up so far from week 1 of The Artist's Way. And I think it's tea. I think it's real good, real tea. Really insightful. Just so many different things have come up on my views and how I feel about so many different things in regards to my creativity. And I think it's a good way to shake the table within. So that's my week 1. I will be documenting my whole 12-week process. This is my week 1. So if you've ever been in like a creative rut or just creatively stuck and don't know what to do, and you kind of want to know what it's like to like not go through this alone, then please follow along with me on my journey as I go through the artist way. And I'm super excited. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you read this book, I'd love to hear about how it's helped you. Or if you're thinking about starting this book, I think you should, and we can go along together. And I think it's cool and it's fun. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.